say
So whose house are we going to right now?
Miss Evans, the one I've been working on forever.
Oh, is this the one that we put back together and she hasn't paid us any money and she's all mad because...
We got her house back together so she could just function.
Right.
And there's
is this the one complaining about the stove?
Yeah, the stove, the cabinet knobs.
What do you mean? It's a $4,000, $5,000 job.
You have no idea what you're getting ready to step into.
Oh my goodness.
Been waking up at nights just not feeling the same. It's something wrong. I think I've got PTED.
Post-traumatic erectile dysfunction?
No, of course not. Post-traumatic Evans disorder. She's driving me crazy.
So why am I here?
She's not going to give up the checks.
Oh my goodness! Did she get them signed?
Mortgage companies.
They signed.
She
Both mortgage companies signed the check.
Now she won't talk to me. The oldest lady I've ever known to cuss me out.
She won't talk to you. Why won't she talk to you? What do you mean?
You have no idea.
Let's don't go there, John. No. Stop.
Yeah, I want it. Do you want it? John, is there something in my eye? Can you go for a quick?
The movies are coming today. Well, you know what? That's not like a George problem to me. Yeah?
Hey, it's not the size of the compressor, it's how they pound the nails.
Previously on Poop Dynasty, we've seen the EWR gang take on the reconstruction of a fixed-income senior citizen named Victoria Evans,
I wondered what was happening when I saw the river flowing.
convincing her insurance company to replace her entire kitchen after a flood involving her refrigerator supply line. The job was started in March, but now it's August and the money still hasn't come in. Both parties are frustrated by this, but Miss Evans has been waging an all-out war against everyone involved.
Blah, 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 blah.
Accusations fly, and now that one of the insurance checks have come in, Miss Evans is withholding it, claiming that Pete broke her 30-year-old stove while laying down floor back in March.
Then the oven's off, because it wasn't shutting off for her. Gee, the burners are okay. I'm gonna sell the house. Once I get it all fixed up, I'm selling the house.
Ms. Evans has on multiple occasions outright refused to talk to the project manager, John.
We're done.
I can't get George the owner on the phone, huh? I just had some messages to give. I wouldn't, because I really don't want to talk to you.
So he's bringing in George to aid in getting the insurance money from Miss Evans so Pete and his crew can finish the kitchen and get the hell out of Dodge. But despite their misgivings, George is confident he can get along with anyone.
Reverend, don't talk to me!
I'm not.
yeah,
you don't want me to talk to you? Okay.
No!
Oh, well, don't scratch me.
After a few moments to cool down, the situation stabilizes.
Well, isn't John gonna come in?
I don't know. I thought he was being rude too. You coming in?
Please come on in, John. I won't bite you.
Huh?
How'd you get my briefcase?
I haven't had burners for 2 months.
But this isn't anything I broke, just so you know.
No, I didn't say that you did.
No, Pete didn't. Nobody did. None of us broke this.
Dear, when he
This
put
is
it...
old,
Wait a minute.
and it breaks over age.
Wait a minute. Oh, my God. When
Call
did
Pete
they-
real quick. Pete, do you remember Mrs. Evans?
John's buddy, yeah.
Yeah, John's buddy. Say hi to Mrs. Evans.
Hey, Miss Evans, how are you?
Terrible.
You broke her stove, and I'm trying to figure out how you broke it to see if I can fix it.
How we break it?
He broke. He says it needs to come out of Pete's pay. That's what she said.
Sure, it was
I did not.
Now she's trying to cover it up.
That's your decision. That's
Oh,
your
John
decision.
did it.
Wait,
That's your
you get
decision.
paid? Hang on. Wait a minute.
Hey, Jake.
What?
Jake, it's probably the stove, Jake. This is really...
Sir, he disengaged the stove.
You disengaged the stove.
Moved it against the stick. And I asked him, how's the stove? Because, you know,
You did
it's
it.
been all taken off. He said it's all fine. But it's shutting off for her. Gee, the burners are okay. You want to help me, then fine. You leave the goddamn thing alone. You're making you use profanity, which I'm too professional for that.
Don't. Why are you? I'm trying to fix it
Because
right
I've been fighting you all since you
now.
started.
How are you fighting me? What did I do?
Everything I say, every place I turn, blah, 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 blah.
I'm trying
blah.
to fix your stove.
George tries to keep his cool, but he's already $2,000 out on a job with no check on the horizon. After some needling about the reconstruction process,
No, I would have told him to replace the molding on the bottom that was black, put it back, and forget
George starts to get irritated.
I told him, give me a cabinet.
How much money
with
have you
no
paid me
handles.
so far? I keep forgetting.
I remember, George, it's nothing.
Nothing.
I said get a cabinet with
You
no
had
handles.
a check for 1,000 something.
Nope,
already.
no money. I've got no money, no money. Okay, so here's my question. You called the lady at State Farm, your agent, I believe was her name, and you spoke to her regarding your claim. Well, she called me. I have a question. Why didn't State Farm pay for your cabinets in the beginning?
In the beginning?
Yeah, remember they didn't pay for your cabinets?
When?
When you filed the claim, they gave us what was it, $1,000 for the first check, $1,000. Remember?
Yeah.
They didn't pay for they paid for this cabinet and that cabinet. They didn't pay for any other cabinet.
It was not a claim to them. I didn't put any. I mean, I told them about the water damage and that the water removal company came and tore up the linoleum and it needs to all be replaced.
So here's my next question then. Yeah, they didn't pay for it. Remember we had to get the adjuster back. You know, remember Scott or whatever his name was? Remember him? The only one that's been nice in this whole thing is this man next to you, John Jeffcoat, and George Caswell, correct?
While Miss Evans has been waiting half a year to get her kitchen fixed, the point George is making is that without him negotiating with her insurance company, Miss Evans' kitchen would never even gotten fixed in the first place. So this information, Miss Evans has this to say.
I just was to my hairstylist.
Okay, he looks nice.
Well, I have to tell you about it. She was finishing up a older lady who had all gray hair. She was beautiful. I says, oh.
Hey, listen to me.
Wait a minute.
Wait, no. I've been doing all the listening.
Wait a minute. I said, what do you mean $10?
So she has my money?
Wait a minute. I was in shock.
$10.
Yeah, $10.
You know what? I should do hair. I'd
What are
pay
you gonna
$10.
do? That'd be $10
$10
more than
more
you
you
got
got
now.
now, yeah.
Realizing the futility of his efforts, George takes the easy way out.
You ever been in an opportunity where you could rewind and go back? Well, that's what's great about film. Is I see what I said and I didn't mean what I meant, but I said what I said even though I didn't mean what I meant. And when I said what I said, I shouldn't have said what I said, but I did. And so because I'm a man of my word, I took it up the pooper.
George wants to fix your kitchen. Do you
We'll
want
just finish your kitchen and then we'll worry about the money
You
later.
can't worry about the money later. Woo!
Yep.
That's how George does.
Well, I'll be this here.
I just
Out of
figured
this?
you've been waiting so long. We just get it done. We'll figure it out.
Out of this, I'll buy a stove. Because I don't really have
Yep,
the
that's
500 or... No, by the time... Just like my dishwasher I just put in. Because my dishwasher broke before all this started. And I told John that. That's my
Well, at
responsibility.
least
I think Pete broke your dishwasher.
I think Pete broke it too.
Yeah, I think Pete broke it.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't I just pay for the dishwasher too?
No,
How much was the
it's
dishwasher?
already- I paid $600. I had the
Just
bills
take it,
for
600, 8, we're good. Take the check, we're good. What else you need me to do for you?
Let me give you a little something about me. Okay?
Okay. You already got, you're good. You already got me for $1,200, so.
Right, because you're going to help me buy my stove?
We're paying for your stove, no helping.
Pete broke it, so.
Oh, that helps, because I was going to write some checks out today.
Hey, Pete's
and
gonna
I-
probably ask you for a loan next week.
Yeah.
Just tell him no.
Just tell him I can't pay him, because.
Pete's going to ask me for a loan?
Yep.
After a momentary truce, John's penchant for jackassery swings Miss Evans' mood around the other way.
Hey, I'm not going to have blank space there.
No, I know. You're not going to have blame. Don't listen to him. He's nuts.
What do you mean blank space?
I hope I don't lose too much longer.
I know. Dealing with people like me that just give money
My
and repair your
parents-
house and.
My mother
I'd be
died
aggravated.
when I was age 9, and 28 days later, well, Rena and I were home one evening, and he came home from his meat market and supermarket.
Right.
He had a fatal heart attack, and we lost them both. We didn't have two married sisters, one in Canton, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and one in Pittsburgh that I went to live with the one in Pittsburgh, and her husband sure as heck didn't want me. And we had a rough time. I had to go work. She got a job at Kresge's, which is now Kmart, and when I went back in the 6th grade, in the class, okay, the teacher there, I was out for about a month. I was against the blackboard, 4th row back, and she asked me a question when I went back after both of my parents, and she says, Victoria, just because your parents died about a month apart doesn't mean that you can't study those books and know the answer like you usually do. But after that, it put a steel backbone in my backbone. From then on until I met my Richard, I figured the only person I had was me. And now, at my age, how I'm surviving without him, all my sisters are gone, my son doesn't call me, my daughter has problems. They made me take out that second mortgage.
Have you been paying on it?
And the mortgage interest that they charged me was 3 3/4, and because one of the district managers up there told me, she says, "Ma'am, we did do you a favor, and it was, I have an article that I saved out of the paper.
They took advantage of an old person.
That they're being sued for
Age discrimination.
no, not just age discrimination.
Did you just hear the cat's out of the bag? No way City Mortgage is signing that check. They owe.
I've been practicing for this day. What? Really? Are you serious? I can't believe that. What?
Miss Evans, I got an appointment I gotta get going to. But just remember, who's been the nicest people out of this whole thing?
Well,
Not
you
John.
Not exactly wanted to blow me out of the water like some of my other people do.
Well, I mean, how many have given you thousands of dollars for free? She laughs. None of them.
You gotta be kidding.
You don't realize that I have? I'll see you later.
Honey, are you kidding?
Bye. Have a great day.
He brought a bunch of kids to my
Oh my goodness.
That's 43 minutes of life I can never get back.
And I didn't even walk away with a check. I'm never walking away with a check.
With the first check to be decimated by Miss Evans' replacement stove and the check from City Mortgage unlikely to come, it's a bleak outlook on the Evans job, especially considering the actual work still has to be done, which could additionally introduce a litany of new problems.
This one took it long. We got to like 2 Home Depots for this. You gotta wait. That's all.
I think you better exchange. He said it would.
I'm leaving, bro. I ain't gonna deal with this, bro.
6 weeks in a hotel? Tell me about it. I'm ready to be home. I am ready to be home.
I mean, she thought everything will fit in there.
Right.
It ain't gonna.
No, sir, it's not. No, sir, it's not. It's a
No.
lot of stuff.
Okay, so what I'm going to need you to do is just sign this. And one of the things I noticed is, do you guys notice any UFOs in here at all?
Oh, UFOs. I know all about them. I'm from backwoods Virginia, and every UFO story starts like this. So I'm leaving the bar, right? And then I saw some lights, and then they end out in a ditch, and then there's some kind of paint or I don't know. But that?
What I meant is unidentified floating odors from your walls. Because if your walls could talk, we're listening.
Yeah, I know all about those too, because the strangest thing, it's at the office, in my car, and at my house.
No, that's crazy. Do you think it's gluten?
Well, I've noticed it, but it's usually when John's around.
See, Jen?
It's not.
I knew that. That's what I always say too. I just think he has an unidentified floating odor.
Oh.
Or it could be gluten.
Could be gluten. Could be John.
It was probably John.
John wants
Definitely
to
John.
gluten.
Having collected barely enough money to pay for materials, Pete arrives at Miss Evans' house for the second time that day.
And this one took it long. We got to like 2 Home Depots for this.
For this.
She wanted a light one. She wanted a light one. She got a light one. She gotta wait. That's all.
Last week, Miss Evans chose a light brown countertop for her kitchen, but now she's decided she doesn't like that one, so Pete went and got another one. But
Doesn't match, does it?
Huh?
That doesn't match that.
Yeah, that is a set of that. You'll see. With the cabinets and the doors, it's the same exact thing. These are the doors.
not only does she claim the matching cabinets don't match, but also the countertop is now unacceptable.
There's something else, man. If you want, call George and see if we can get you something else, or John.
Huh?
Call George or John. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe they can find something somewhere else. I don't know. Call them. I'm leaving, bro. I ain't gonna deal with this, bro.
I think this is going to stand out between the red walls, which I'm not changing. You see what I'm saying? I think this is going to like
Match
zambang.
It matches the floor.
Not really. It doesn't match your floor. The floor, that looks white and gray to me. I think we better exchange. He said it would just blend in. Talk to him about what he's going to finish up.
Yo, this because I think this is gonna get the one that we had before.
I know you have a lot of issues like this for a while, and I just want to get done right, okay?
I appreciate that.
I mean, because I know them two get on your nerves sometimes, and I know they can.
Huh?
They can get on your nerves sometimes, them too. I know that. But I will get you right, okay?
The change in countertop will add another day, but Pete hopes he can mitigate the time lost by trying to prepare the old plumbing for the new dishwasher and sink.
That was good. Just the other one, right? You know, she's been in the corrections. She's like military type. You know what I'm saying? That mentality frame. She's like, these are not getting over on me. And I gotta try to be nice to her. I gotta deal with her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say sometimes. I can't stand that old lady. She's annoying. I told her I knew that was the right one when I bought the first time. You know?
Yeah.
It's not easy to be going back and forth with, man.
No.
We good over here. We would have busted already.
But while Pete's progress stalls, down in Forest Park, the pack-out team looks poised to wrap up the Tommy Thomas job.
6 weeks in a hotel? Tell me about it. I'm ready to be home. I am ready to be home.
Tommy's been battling a water loss for the majority of 2016 when his ancient cast iron sewage line finally passed to the other side and backed up into his house while Tommy scrambled to get it taken care of.
Which ain't easy to do when your house stinks like sewage.
Since the plumbing was fixed and Tommy was moved to a hotel, not only has the house been treated for asbestos, but also a new kitchen has been installed by Pete and new drywall has gone up. Now the only thing left to do is put all of the Thomas's stuff back in the house. And it's a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah, we just got to move everything around because we emptied that thing already.
The second pot?
Right there, yes, sir. It's empty.
Both of them are empty.
Right.
Okay. Looks nice. It really does. I'm tired of fast food also. I usually cook at home. And I'm a pretty decent cook. And eating out is another story. Blu-ray.
Getting the boxes in is the easy part. Getting them to all fit in the house and the door to close is a different story.
I mean, she thought everything will fit in there.
Right.
It ain't gonna.
No, sir, it's not. No, sir, it's not. It's a
know.
lot of stuff.
But happy wife, happy life.
Right.
And it's true.
That
Trust
is
me.
so true.
Unhappy wife, unhappy life.
Exactly.
And she wants to unpack it herself
Okay.
for some exotic reason. I sort of know where everything is. Getting it back to where you want it is going to be a different story, but we'll work on it. Boy, will we work on it. The books in the bedroom books there, go in there. Because we moved the
Oh yeah, that shelf is.
that bookcase is no longer.
I don't know if we can.
That door does not have to shut. I don't think it's going to shut for another 6 months.
That makes it way easier than. I don't know if we could do that.
She asks for something, she's going to get it. And then when she gets saying, "Hey, wait a second," I'm going to say, "I told you so." Bunches of times.
After a lot of sweat and shoving boxes into corners too small for boxes,
Tetris.
the pack-out guys finally have all the boxes in the home and the home walkable. Kinda. It might be the end of their job, but it's only the beginning of the journey for the Thomases, as they'll probably be spending a few months unpacking these boxes. But to his credit, that's not how Tommy sees it.
Glad to be home. 6 weeks in a hotel room. Just me, the dog, my wife, and my daughter. That'll drive anybody nuts.
And now that this job is wrapped up, let's look at the numbers. Total material costs for the job are just south of $14,000. Between the demo, kitchen, drywall, plumbing, asbestos mitt, and pack-in, about 160 labor hours are logged on this job for a total payout of around 5,500 labor hours paid. Forest Park being below Atlanta, more than 750 miles were traveled for this job, $3,315 in pod fees, 8 trips to Home Depot and 3 to Supply House, 1 blow up between George and Pete.
I'm joking with you. What's up? Feel like I'm joking? You got me running around freaking everywhere? Que paldita vaina, este maldito gringo, el diablo.
Coming to a grand total of around $23,115.56, give or take a few sodas, packs of cigarettes, overzealously charged company debit cards. And for all that money, the Thomases get their house back. With a lot of work to do.
Yeah, welcome home. God. Good to be home.
Somehow I got the short end of the stick on this job. I don't know how, but it is what it is. I ain't come back here. This is crazy, G. You crazy? I'll give you your kitchen back later when I'm done with it.
My neighbor boy, man. Are you trying to tell me something?
We gotta go get backsplash. That don't matter. It's George's money. You spend George's money. Who cares?
I guess that's what you got to do to get people to like you. So you just got to buy them a stove. 2 stoves. Can you give me my check for the stove now?
No.
Why?
Because you promised it to me.
Yeah, but
Why
the
not
check-
you were just giving it to me? It would be nice.
George is
but
giving
this-
away. You're giving away free stove. Is that and $1,500? George is giving away free stoves and $1,500 cash.
You would walk away with a check. I'm never walking away with a check.